Hello everyone, this is Stacy. I'm a targeted individual. I'm just making this video to document my torture and to raise awareness for everyone going through this. I've really been struggling. I've been attacked severely, especially today. It's gotten to the point where I'm not able to do things that I used to be able to do. I'm tired all the time, extreme fatigue to where some days like I can't even get out of bed, and then when I'm in bed they just torture and attack me with energy weapons. Today I had on my brain shield, and it was covering my ear, and I could just hear the popping, like the hits, the shots to my ear, and it was like pulses. And they're shooting me in the head, especially like my entire like torso area, my chest, my back, and I could just feel electricity running through me all the time. I was sleeping on a normal mattress and box spring, and like when I try to sleep, I would get a lot of muscle jerking and twitching, and just very, very restless feeling, and just hit extremely bad. Hits to the heart, causing like palpitations and heart racing, induced anxiety. And I switched to an air mattress, and there's been a noticeable difference with that. So I'm now sleeping on an air mattress, and the muscle twitching and the jerking is a lot less. I still get hit. They're still attacking me in my sleep. I get manipulated dreams. So I switched to the air mattress, and that seems to help a little bit. I also sleep with the brain cap on, the brain shield, and 2 hats. Like, sleep in this stuff. It's very uncomfortable, but it protects me just enough to where I can fall asleep sometimes. It doesn't always work. I'm woken up multiple times a night. So it's extremely difficult to get adequate sleep. Also, the V2K is much less when I wear the EMF caps. It's not as consistent. It's more broken up, but I still get it. And they have a habit of, they've really kind of changed their tactics within the last year or so. Before, like, I just saw this on another video, some lady was talking about it, how her boyfriend, he had V2K, and they used to, they would send him, like, they would start a sentence, and then like your own thought would finish it off. Like, they would do that to me consistently, but they don't do that as much now. Now it's they're always commenting on what I'm doing, anything. If I'm going to the bathroom, they're commenting, and brushing my teeth, taking a shower, getting a drink, anything, they'll comment. And they like to let me know, like they'll always like let me know that they know what I'm feeling and they know what I'm thinking, and they'll comment on that a lot. They also do this thing where they'll say 2 opposite things. Like, they'll say I love you, and then I hate you right after. Or they'll say, like, they always try to tell me to kill myself. I'm not going to, of course. But they always try to like, they always whisper that with the V2K. They'll say, kill yourself. And then sometimes they'll have another voice after saying, don't do it. And then they'll just go back and forth, like saying two different things, like yes, no, or they'll make a comment like, don't do that, and then they'll say do it. And so it's kind of weird. That's the tactic that they're kind of using on me now. They interrupt my thoughts a lot, and they block my thinking. It's really hard to have a thought because they'll just interrupt it and then use the V2K, and then they'll kind of pretend that they're like it's my thoughts. They'll comment like it's me speaking. Like if I get upset with them, they'll know that I'm feeling upset, and then they'll say, I hate you, and as if I'm talking to them, but they're speaking on my behalf. They do that very frequently. They're always trying to replace like my thoughts. Like if I'm feeling something or if I'm thinking something, they'll comment on it right away, so I can't even think it. Like it's just like my thoughts are halted right there, and they'll interrupt it, and I won't be able to have a full thought or even sometimes produce a thought. It's like they're replacing my thoughts. So it's very hard to think clearly. I really don't speak as well as I used to. I can't like think before I speak sometimes. And it's just really hard to concentrate. It's really hard to focus. They'll bombard me with the V2K, and then they'll try and get my attention if I'm ignoring it, or if I'm like kind of lost in thought or something. They'll get my attention right away by either using the V2K or causing pain to my body. And they do, like, whenever they attack like a body part, they'll like pulse my shoulder blade or something with pain, and then they'll go ouch. And they always do that every time not every time, but when they hit me with directed energy to a spot, they'll say ouch. So like I know that they're doing it, or I mean obviously I know they're doing it, but it's like a pattern with them that they always will say like ouch whenever they're targeting a part of my body. What else? I'm trying to like, because I noticed that there's a lot of patterns with other people's V2K, that there's kind of similarities, which kind of can differentiate from mental illness, because there's kind of a lot of patterns to how they're attacking us, and that should be documented. As far as the V2K, they use a lot of voice modulations, constantly changing it up. There are some voices that they'll use more consistently, but for the most part, like it changes. And sometimes they'll have it so light, it's like almost like an internal voice. I'm saying a lot, sorry. It's like an internal voice, like it's so faint. And then sometimes it's just like a feeling or a thought they can give you. And it's, it's not from you, but they're sending these thoughts and feelings to you. So you like anything like, oh, you're thirsty. And I know I wasn't thinking I'm thirsty, but they'll send me like a thought, but it's not necessarily a voice or something like that. It's a little bit hard to explain. What else? On a couple videos, actually, there was two other TIs, and they were kind of doing like this hand puppet thing where they were imitating or they were recalling what the V2K was saying to them. And I thought this was interesting, and I wanted to kind of do the same thing, maybe without the puppets, but I decided to write like down on paper what they were telling me. But they knew this already beforehand, and they knew that I would post on YouTube. So they were saying the most off-the-wall stuff. Most of it I can't even repeat. So they know so I couldn't speak, so I couldn't say or repeat what they had been telling me. So it's very, very calculated how they do things. I know sometimes it could be AI, but I also know that it's definitely operators that because of the experiences I've had with the V2K, I know that it's people talking to me, and it's not always an AI chatterbot or whatnot. Although sometimes I believe they do have that on. Most of the time, they're just commenting on what I'm thinking, what I'm doing throughout the day. They like to point out people and say rude things, or they like to say rude things to me. They'll just kind of abuse you throughout the day. It's a lot of like mockery, taunting, just verbal abuse. And so they do that. And I'm trying to think of what else I want to talk about V2K. I try to tune them out. At night, I'll also listen to frequencies. Like I got an app for a frequency generator, and I'll kind of just play with the settings. Whatever frequency will kind of help tune them out. And I'll play that and maybe like a TV in the background to kind of keep it so they can't get a lock on me. I mentioned before in my other videos that I have Organite. I have 2 of these. I'm wearing 2 of these. And then I also have a pendant from Q-Link. They help a little bit, not much, but I notice if they're targeting area, I can maybe move it to that side and then they'll stop. But then they'll just move to a different area and attack a different body part. So it's like no matter what part you shield, they just will move to a different area. It's very annoying. I also take supplements. I really can't afford all of the, all of them. I need some more of the pertinent ones like the iodine and things like that. But I do take chlorella, spirulina, a B vitamin, oregano oil. I know that I was before in the past taking cilantro oil. That's supposed to be really good for like heavy metal detoxing. I need to start doing the Epsom salt baths again. I used to do that a lot in the beginning, and I did follow the Lookout for Charlie's protocol. But I had to stop. I wasn't able to afford all of this after a while. But I do need to get some of the key supplements in again and see if that helps. Right now, I mean, it's hard to tell. Like, I mean, I notice slight differences with a little bit of shielding. I have a little bit of copper mesh that I use once in a while, or actually I use it every night. I put it on top of my cap and I wrap the copper foil on top, and that will reduce it slightly even more. But it's still bad. Like, they can penetrate through all of this, even though you have layers. And, but any little bit helps, even if it's a small percentage. I'm going to try my best to utilize whatever I can. I've heard a lot about grounding. I haven't done any grounding yet. Once I get some money saved up, I'm going to try to do some grounding and see if that works. I've used mylar, aluminum. Sometimes I'll block an area that they're hitting me, and it'll reduce it somewhat with aluminum foil. But I mean, it's just a small reduction, but anything that helps. What else? So the heavy metal detoxing, Organite. Oh yeah, I'm wearing a shungite necklace as well. I think I have like four on, and I mean, it doesn't feel like it's helping, but when I'm not wearing them, I feel different. So I know that it's got to be helping somewhat because I can feel the difference. I also wear some copper compressions sometimes around my wrist. I don't wear them that often because they compress and my arm has gotten swollen before. But I don't know if they really help or not. I don't know how much copper is in them. But I wear those sometimes. And if anyone has any advice, I mean, I've researched so much, and it's pretty much the same thing on as far as shielding. I know people are building like EMP devices and like shocking themselves and things like that. I'm a little bit nervous to do that type of stuff. Yeah, but I mean, if it's working, I don't know, let me know. But if there's any advice or tips or anything, just let me know. And I'm just hoping that soon this will all just come out and that it will end. Like I fantasize sometimes, like, what if I just wake up one day and it's gone? And I know that's just wishful thinking, but I have to hope for something, because some days I'm just so like desperate for it to stop. Because I mean, some days are worse than others, but today was really bad. Like I laid like on the couch the majority of the day at my mom's house, and I couldn't take it. They were just like zapping me and like buzzing. My whole body was vibrating. I was shaking and I felt nauseous the entire day. And some days, like, it's just like you think about how much they've destroyed in your life. And I mean, they've really, really torn up my life. Like, they've destroyed so many things. I've lost so much from this. And like, you just get depressed sometimes. And they can also manipulate your emotions. Like, they do that a lot to me. Like, I don't feel happiness or joy anymore. Like, they've taken that from me. Like, I don't feel that type of feeling anymore. Like, I just feel kind of emotionless because of all of the energy that they're directing at me all the time. It does something to your body. It just manipulates all your systems. And I worry about dying early. They're always targeting my throat a lot. That's why I have the scarf. I usually wrap it around, and it's been helping a little bit. I've just been doing it for the last week or so, because they've been targeting my neck so much, like my throat, and it causes me to cough, and it's irritated. And I can even, like, sometimes it feels like I taste like the faint taste of blood, and they just target my throat so much. I worry that I'm not going to live very long. And I worry that one day, like my heart will just give out or something from all of the attacks. And it's scary. It's a scary feeling, knowing that that these weapons can cause damage to you, and that they're researching this stuff. And I mean, I think they're researching it. Like, they're testing these weapons to see what damage it can do to the body over long periods of time. Also, the psychological testing and the brain testing on the brain with these weapons, what they can do, what damage they can do. I mean, it's just bad. It's just really bad. And I'm hoping that more awareness will be brought to this community. And I know things are getting a little bit better, like more awareness with the rallies, and there's a lot of petitions out there, and I know there's a bill that's trying to be passed, and with the affidavits, some progress has been made, but sometimes I feel hopeless, and it's really hard to fight sometimes, but all we can do is just push through day by day. Like, I just tell myself I just got to get through the day. Like, just take it one day at a time. They try to push me over the edge. They're trying to get me to hurt myself or, kill myself off. And I'm not going to do that. That's not what I want to do. And I think they know that, but they continue to push. And sometimes I'll think about it like, God, it'd be so nice for this just to, like, stop, like, the pain. But I won't go that far. Like, I just have to take each day and just push through, even no matter how bad it is, and just hope that one day that this will all be brought to light, and that we'll all be free. Because I know we're all in, like, a virtual prison right now. And we're trapped in our minds and our bodies, especially, those being attacked so heavily with directed energy weapons. It's hard. It's really hard to function. It's just really hard to function when you're being tortured with these energy weapons all day long. So, yeah, I just wanted to say hi to everyone. and put another video out. I hope everyone is doing well and staying strong. Yeah, stay strong, everyone. Thank you.